And welcome back, I-24 News, till Thursday, February 16, 2017. Last I checked, I'm Yael Avi, and it's time for On the Money. And with me for that, luckily for me, is a dashing, gorgeous young man who one day I will get embarrassed. I-24 News economic correspondent Sam, it's not working, Sam Chester. I am waiting for that moment where you turn entirely red.
It's great to be here.
It's great to be here as always. See, and next to him is founder, director of the Project 10, Natan Sharansky. Hello to
Hi,
you.
nice to be here.
Okay, but before anything else, we have a report about this, right?
Yeah, we had a chance to see Natan's program in northern Israel. Let's see what we have.
Let's see the report.
I have today signed an executive order providing for the establishment of a Peace Corps.
50-plus years ago, John F. Kennedy issued an executive order creating the Peace Corps, establishing an example of volunteer service on a global scale that for today's millennials has never been more relevant. The Peace Corps has inspired similar organizations like Teach for America, AmeriCorps, and perhaps a Jewish Peace Corps? That is the popular name for Project 10, a Jewish agency program that integrates Jewish values with international service projects in the developing world. Created in 2012, this week the head of the Jewish agency, Natan Sharansky, is in Uganda and South Africa to launch 2 new centers. The new programs will join centers in Mexico, Ghana, and Israel, where I-24 economy correspondent Sam Chester paid a visit this week. Project 10 chose to locate their Israel program in Kibbutz Harduf, in a forested rural area home to a cross-section of Israeli minorities. The 20-plus-year-old volunteers come from all over the world, chiefly the United States. Some were looking to volunteer. Others wanted to spend time in Israel.
As a performing artist, I needed to explore the world. I needed to connect with people, volunteer.
I have a spiritual, emotional connection with Israel. I have family here, and so I have a support network.
Part of their day is spent working in the forests that surround their home. But an elementary school in the nearby Arab village of Kabia is where the volunteers most impact the local community.
English as a native language is something that is so rich and so beneficial for the pupils, and exposing English as genuinely, you know.
Like other short-term volunteer programs, Project 10 faces the challenge of reintroducing new faces into their service projects. The head of the school, Raja Abu Said, admits initially it was challenging integrating such a foreign population into his community.
It took us some time for our students to be on the same page as, to use the term, the foreign volunteers entering into our school.
But the success of the programs are many, some more unexpected than others.
Each one of them was like the individual life, I would say, like go to college, study, work, get money, and then slowly how they change here when they start to be part of other community, and how they share together, and how they are open to come to other culture, you know.
Can Project 10 and the Jewish Agency succeed in making service experience a part of the Jewish community? Here in beautiful northern Israel in Kibbutz Harduf, the answer seems like a yes. This is I-24 News, Sam Chester.
And joining me in studio for that magic that is television was the man Sam Chester in the report, Sam Chester in studio. Hello to you. Next to him, as we said, director, founder of Project 10, Natan Sharansky. Natan, why do they call Project 10 the Jewish Peace Corps?
Well, Project 10 stands for Tikkun Empowerment Network.
Okay.
But the word 10 means to give in Hebrew. And we have hundreds of young Jewish adults from around the world who come for periods of time of between 3 months and a year to give.
You're of the collaborative, I'm going to put you on the spot, push reconciliation notion, right?
Yes.
No, I'm saying this is a good way. Do you think that's still possible this morning after a press conference we saw in the White House yesterday?
Well, we're trying to create engagement without dealing with politics. We do the communication between communities,
right,
on different levels, and we're creating, first of all, acquaintance. And I think the biggest fears are created when there's no acquaintance and no engagement and no common life. So we're hoping the common life will lead the right direction.
I mean, it's being very hopeful and optimistic. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. It's just something that is very hard to push these days. Sam spent how long with them?
I was able to be with them yesterday, but the element of Project 10 is interesting is that this isn't only happening, of course, in Israel. This is a global program. And one of the things that I'm curious about is there's certain criticism sometimes of shorter-term volunteer programs. Some people call this service tourism. How do you respond to that with Project 10's model?
Well, first of all, Project 10's model is not only short-term. We have the basic program runs between 3 months and a year, which is a significant amount of time.
Right.
We have also, not on the basic program, short-term programs, 1 week to 1 month. And for the first 2 years, we were we stayed away from these kind of programs.
Why?
We did not want young jury from around the world to come in for a week, join our programs, create relationships with the children, and step out. We felt it hurt our long-term goals, and we have long-term goals for each one of our projects.
Could I ask, who are the volunteers? Are they coming from Israel? Are they coming from around the world? In your programs in Mexico, in Africa, here in Israel, where are they coming from?
Well, to this day, we've had over 1,200 volunteers, and about 60% of them are Jews from Israel, and 40% come from Australia, North America, Europe, the ex-USSR, everywhere.
And who are you able to work with other agencies? Does the Peace Corps have a role, perhaps? The AJWS, other agencies in the Jewish world?
So AJWS is always a direction to look at, and Ruth Messenger has been guiding us through the process from the start. She actually introduced us to our partners in Ghana, and we meet her in all our conventions and so on. And we have partners, over 15 other organizations dealing with international development, professional organizations. So we're more or less in the coalition. Yeah.
And the name is Project 10, and it's a remarkable project. Sam Chester, thank you so much for bringing it to us this morning. Yarden, good work. And of course, when we get back, the latest headlines, everything that's fit to print this morning, straight out of East Jerusalem. Don't go away.